Welcome back to Headlines Now. Opening the discussion on rising prices in the Lok Sabha, BJP leader Sushma Swaraj said that the government has betrayed the common man. The debate will not be followed by a vote, part of the compromise reached after last week's repeated adjournments in both houses of the parliament. The opposition wanted a vote so that it could formally censure the government. However, the government said it had comfortably survived a similar vote earlier this year on the same issue, and therefore a debate was all that was needed. The agreement negotiated by Finance Minister Pranab Mukherjee provides for a discussion on the issue in both houses. A resolution will be adopted which will focus on the impact of inflation on the common man. That's been a demand of the BJP. However, the term price rise will not be used in the resolution. Instead, the text will mention inflationary pressure.
2008 का साल चुनाव से पहले का साल था, 2010 का साल चुनाव के बाद का साल था। और इसी को विश्वासघात कहते हैं कि चुनाव से पहले आप दाम नहीं बढ़ाते, लोगों को भरमाते हैं, गुमराह करते हैं, उनके नाम की दुहाई देते हैं, लेकिन जब चुनाव जीत जाते हैं तो आप उस आम आदमी को भूल जाते हैं और तब आप दाम बढ़ाते हैं। अध्यक्ष जी, मैं
An angry Ms. Swaraj there taking on the centre. In the latest on the Commonwealth Games controversy, sources say that the Foreign Ministry has challenged Team Kalmadi's explanations that the dubious AM company, which received payments of over £247,000 from the Games, had in fact been recommended by India's High Commission in the United Kingdom. Sources also say that while the chairman of the organising committee, Suresh Kalmadi, met External Minister S.M. Krishna this morning, Krishna showed that the High Commission's letter, which made no mention of the AM company. And according to the Foreign Ministry sources, the letter Kalmadi had showed at a recent press conference appeared to be doctored. A cornered Suresh Kalmadi has now set up a probe into the Foreign Ministry's allegations.
The Honourable Foreign External Affairs Minister, he sought time yesterday, so he went to see him and he definitely discussed this issue.
Are you aware, sir, that the letter was doctored? Has S.M. Krishna actually told this to Kalmadi ji?
No, I am not aware what has they have discussed, but definitely what I am saying that they met, Mr. Kalmadi went to see him and he asked for the time, so he gave him the time and he went there to meet him.
What was discussed in the meeting, sir?
How can I tell you?
Well, the increasing allegations of corruption in the Commonwealth Games projects are echoing in the Rajya Sabha as well. The opposition repeatedly disrupted proceedings today, demanding an inquiry into the quality of material used in construction sites at different venues. Questions were also raised on reports that funds meant for SC/ST were diverted for the Commonwealth Games projects. Left leader Brinda Karat blamed the Planning Commission for being responsible for the diversion of funds to the Games.
The Planning Commission is party to this because the Planning Commission is supposed to look at the way that monitor the way this money is being spent. Every year they have an annual plan in which they discuss with the government, and they have let this pass. So it is with their blessings that 744 crore rupees meant for Dalits in the component plan has been diverted to Commonwealth Games. Can anything be more scandalous than this?
It now looks like the Malaysian nation is not folding their hands and welcoming us anymore. The country will no longer offer the visa on arrival facility. They have permanently scrapped the VOA facility it offered, as 40,000 Indian tourists went missing from the country, saying it was open to abuse. The decision was taken at the meeting of the Cabinet Committee on Foreign Workers and Illegal Immigrants yesterday. The VOA facility was withdrawn for Indian nationals a couple of years ago after Malaysia complained that many visitors had stayed on illegally after the expiry of their tourist visas, and now it has been permanently revoked. At the same time, aiming to attract more tourists, especially from India and China, to the country, Malaysia has decided to make application for visa easier for people visiting the country. Staying with national news, the centre has decided to send 2,000 Central Paramilitary Force personnel to the Kashmir Valley, adding to the existing 3,200 currently based in the state, who will be deployed in trouble-torn areas. Meanwhile, the number of deaths have risen after one more was killed during firing and 2 others injured in Kamarwari area of Srinagar. There was fresh incidents of violence this morning as well. India is all set to revisit the moon. Today, a high-level panel of space scientists had finalized the design of Chandrayaan-2, India's second unmanned mission to the moon, which is likely to be launched in the year 2013. Chandrayaan-1 was instrumental in finding water on the moon. The 425 crore rupee Indo-Russian mission to study the lunar soil involves landing an indigenously made rover on the moon. NDTV's science editor Pallav Bagla explains the details through this animation.
India's second moon mission. A few years from now, an indigenously designed geosynchronous satellite launch vehicle will head for the moon. This multi-stage rocket will hoist Chandrayaan-2 in an orbit around the Earth. After several loops, the almost 2,500 kilogram satellite will move towards the moon. Once it is around Earth's celestial neighbor, a lunar lander will get detached and make a soft landing. Using a ramp, an unmanned Indian rover will then be released on the lunar surface. The rover will analyze the lunar soil and beam data back to India. India's presence on the moon will be established. With animation artist Ravi Kamal in New Delhi, Pallav Bagla for NDTV.
Well, that's going to be quite an interesting task. Big news for the city and the country. Indian squash sensation Deepika Pallikal has moved up 4 places and is now ranked 35th in the women's international squash rankings. She is the highest ranked woman player in India, also surpassing her senior and older mate Joshna Chinnappa. Deepika is ranked number 1 in the world under 19 as well. And Deepika Pallikal's father, Sanjeev Pallikal, spoke to us and told us how excited they were.
I think the training has paid off. Her dedication and sincerity is paying rich dividends. And, the type of tournament she has picked has helped her in her rankings. We are very happy as a family and for the game of squash for India. Deepika is excited. She is in Australia and she is undergoing some training there, hoping to get a good medal for India in the Commonwealth. We pray for better success to come to her, and we wait for Deepika to come and celebrate.
Well, that's all from me for the moment. News in Tamil is coming up next. Do keep watching.